when you're doing readings for someone, um, it's really important to know who it is you're reading for and what it is they need. And people like to get hung up on lots of fancy tools. And you have to consider when you're doing a reading for someone what kind of tool it is that the person that you're reading for needs. A lot of times, if you read for someone with no tools, they get freaked out because they think that if you can just read someone without them seeing anything interfacing between you and them, they can freak out because they'll think that you can see everything in them and that they can't hide anything and they have no privacy. And it may have the opposite effect of what you really want to happen in the reading. I mean, if you really want to help them, you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable or freaked out unless the actual freak out helps them some way to make a change. And I'm not advocating that you freak people out, but I do know that if you can look at someone and read them, people tend to think, well, they can hide nothing from you, and they don't trust you then because they think that you can see everything. Um, so it's something to consider. Those of you who like to collect a lot of exotic or different cards, sometimes that works. I mean, maybe in a setting where you're reading for people who are other readers, maybe having an unusual deck is something that they go, wow, I've never seen this before, this is really neat. And then that may have an opening effect that you may want to happen. Because sometimes when you read for someone else who's a reader, they think, well, I got it figured out, you know. And so if you have something unusual that they are not seen before, then that maybe opens them up to other possibilities. So in that case, you might try something more exotic. I got the idea about this video because last week I did a reading for someone, and I used this deck of, I mean, this is my favorite deck of playing cards. It was $1, you know. And I pulled this thing out to use it, and he was like, whoa, I could feel something coming off of that. And it was kind of neat because it was just a regular deck of playing cards, right? So this is what I want you to consider in that case. A lot of times when you're reading for someone and you'll say, hey, do you have a question or something that I can help you with? There's something you want to focus on? They'll go, well, no, I don't know. In a lot of those cases, you may find someone who's open and willing to have the experience because they believe it's possible, but they really want to know it's possible and they want for you to confirm it for them. So in that case, those individuals kind of want to be dazzled, and then that opens up their minds because they may still go, well, I kind of believe in it, but I'm still not sure how it works. It's not that I don't think it isn't possible, it's just I've never had the experience before. And in those cases, when you take something rather common, like a playing deck or a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or a stone, or a pair of, wooden dice or plastic dice, or even their palm, what you're doing then is you're giving them an extraordinary experience off of something that seems otherwise ordinary. And in those cases, those individuals may find a great deal of possibilities opening up for them. And what I mean by that is when someone is looking for a new experience with something like this, and you show them that there is magic in the everyday world around them, that could make a lasting change in their life that could affect them forever. So just using a regular deck of playing cards, doing a reading and showing them that, wow, this really, you nailed everything that I'm dealing with, makes them go, wait a minute. It could. I'm not saying that it will necessarily, but it could make them go, look, what else am I neglecting that's around me that's magical? You see what I'm saying? So it's something to consider when you do readings for people, how you choose the tool. And the tool that you choose or don't choose, for example, if you choose not to use a tool, may have an effect that you don't want to have. But if you think about it and you are aware of what's really going on with the individual sitting before you and their needs, when they sit down with you, you probably can have a greater effect, more success by considering what to use, what to choose. Okay. In a lot of cases too, and this is very interesting, you may find people who are very elaborate, who do very elaborate things with, readers, other readers who have lots of decks, and you may take an ordinary deck of playing cards out and show them that you don't need much to show them what's really going on. So something to consider as you move forward and do readings and develop your skills. What tool are you using, and are you using the right tool for the situation to have the effect that you want to have? Because reading for people is a lot more than having an ability to see whatever. It's being able to know what the person needs, get out of your own way in order for them to get the information they need, do what's best for them, not for you. Do what you can to make this about them, not a show that you can show them that you have the most elaborate tool on the market, or you can do 50 different things. It's not about you, it's about the person you're reading. So think about that, because it has a very powerful effect what you do when you sit down with them, what tool you choose, how you comport yourself. Not only that you can see the information, but maybe that you can help them start in small ways to make changes in their lives. All those things are what goes into making a good reader, not how many decks you have, not how exotic it is, not how many methods you can read, not whether or not you can read with something or not, because that's not always what will have the effect that you want. Spooking someone into thinking that you can see everything about them doesn't necessarily help them. It helps your ego, but not them. Having the most elaborate deck or 50 decks helps you, doesn't necessarily help them. And I have found in my experience that people really don't care how many or how exotic the deck. They want the information that they need. They want to have the experience that they want, not the experience that you want for them. Those are two very different things. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them as always. You guys have a great weekend.